Hello everyone, welcome to Young Innovators Astronomy class. In this video, we will be learning about the biggest, brightest and the nearest star seen from Earth called Sun. Sun is our main source of energy for all living beings on Earth. It gives us heat and light through which we can see the nature around us. Sun is a huge star which appears to rise in the east and set in the west. Though Sun is white in color, it appears yellow or orange in the sky depending on its position in the sky. If you had or have observed in the early morning or in the evening when it is close to the horizon, it appears yellow to orange in color. Whereas if you had observed in the noon, when it is above your head, it appears white in color. Our Sun not only helps in providing heat and light, but also helps and protects us in many other ways. It is said that the early morning sun rays is a major source of vitamin D, which is very essential for the human beings. Vitamin D helps both adults and children to increase their bone and muscle strength. There are many forms of vitamin D, but the one we get from the sun is very important and is also sometimes called as sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D is essential for our skin and is also known to kill harmful microorganisms like bacteria. Our sun directly and indirectly helps us in surviving. For example, plants prepare their food with the help of sunlight. The leaves of the plant begin to extract water from the roots and convert it into many essential nutrients for the plant to grow, which helps the plant to breathe and survive. This process is called photosynthesis. If there were no sun, plants wouldn't have survived, and in turn human beings would also have died. Because it is important for us to have plants around us because they help us breathe by giving out oxygen and taking in carbon dioxide. Human beings and animals get their food from plants. So, in the absence of sunlight, most of the living beings will die on Earth. That is why early human beings worshipped sun as God. Today, we use the sunlight for many other purposes like to cook food, heat water, create current, etc. I hope by now we have understood how important sun is in our life. So now let's learn about few interesting characteristics about sun as a star. Our sun is the closest star located at a distance of 150 million kilometers from us. That means, if we travel to Sun by the fastest car on Earth, we will take about 54 years to reach the Sun. Light is said to be the fastest thing in the universe. It is made up of many tiny particles, which makes it travel faster. If you have to travel to your school from home in the light speed, it will happen in a wink of an eye, because it can cover up to 3 lakh kilometers in 1 second. So how much time does the sunlight take to shine on Earth? It takes about 8 minutes 13 seconds. So, it means we look at the sun after its light reaches us, which is 8 minutes old approximately. Our sun must be really huge to shine on Earth and its beings. Yes, if we have to fit Earth inside the sun, we need to have around 3 lakh Earths. That's so huge. Just like you need about 10 oranges to fill inside a football. Sun is not made up of a solid like wood or liquid like water. It is made up of gases like we breathe in the air. Just like you take a perfume and spray it in the room gets filled with the smell. It is because the gas is much lighter and can flow easily compared to solids and liquid. Our sun is a huge ball of fire filled with such gases, mostly hydrogen and helium. The gases inside the sun are constantly burning to give out heat and light. The surface of the sun is so hot that it is difficult to go near the sun, and nobody has gone till date. It is 5,000 times hotter than the room that you're sitting now. Our sun can melt anything that goes into it or close to it. Since many years, scientists have tried to send so many spacecrafts closer to Sun. But the closest distance a spacecraft gone so far is Parker's solar probe. It has made the closest approach about 18 million kilometers to Sun, which is just about 1/8 of the distance between Earth and Sun. But what makes Sun so hot and powerful? Where does it get its energy from? Gases inside the Sun are made up of tiny particles called atoms. There are two important atoms deep inside the Sun which are responsible for the energy produced, namely hydrogen and helium. Helium is produced only when two hydrogen atoms fuse or combine together. This process of fusion is called nuclear fusion. As the atoms fuse, the enormous amount of energy is released in the form of heat and light. It happens at the center inside the Sun and also in all stars. Why are all the gases not blown away from the Sun? What holds them together? It is the same force which holds you on Earth. No matter how high you jump, the Earth always pulls you down. That is because gravity present on Earth pulls all the objects closer to it. What is gravity? Gravity is an attractive force which attracts everything towards it. Example, if you throw a ball above the ground, it will fall down because the gravity pulls the ball down. Similarly, the gases inside the Sun are pulled closer to the center by the gravitational force. Once the gases get closer, it takes about a million years to generate such huge amounts of energy. Our Sun is just about 4.5 billion years old and has taken about a few hundred million years to produce the heat and light that we receive today. It can live up to 5 billion years from now by producing energy in similar way. It not just produces energy but also spins on its axis, like how our Earth spins on its own axis. But its rotation is different from that of a solid object because it is gaseous. It takes about 25 to 30 days to complete one rotation. Our Sun is not as quiet and simple as we see in the sky. There are a lot of violent activities happening on it like solar storms, flares, sunspots, etc. Each activity is about 10 to 20 times more powerful than any bomb blast that happens on Earth. Interesting activity of Sun that can be seen from Earth is sunspots. They are small dark regions seen on its surface. They appear darker because they are cooler than the region compared to its surroundings. Looking at the Sun for longer time can cause damage to our eyes. Hence, it is very important to wear a protective glass before we look at the Sun. There are many safe ways to look and observe the Sun, like solar goggles, welder's glass, mirror projection, etc. Scientists all over the world observe and understand the nature of the Sun with the help of similar safe methods. The telescopes used to study about Sun is called solar telescope. Today, though we are able to observe the Sun constantly from far, we have not completely understood the Sun yet. It is important to know our Sun because Sun can cause harm as well. If the Sun throws a lot of energy or heat on Earth, it can cause a lot of damage to Earth, satellites around it, and its living beings. Sun is so powerful and yet so dangerous. Hope you enjoyed the session, but never look at the Sun directly. Thank you.